What is the closest thing you have to a superpower? A few years ago, I went to visit my grandparents in India. They live in a small town, which is very old and quaint. People often let their pet dogs walk around the town by themselves. When my grandparents have leftover scraps of food, they leave them outside on a bowl so that these neighborhood dogs can have a treat. However, it's usually pigeons and or crows that eat it up first. So one day, I was sitting outside the house, and a crow swooped down to eat some of the food. I don't know why, but for some reason I made a loud CAWW sound, like a crow makes. Instantly, this crow looks up like what, so I make the sound again. This crow freaks out. It starts cawing too. 2 more crows fly down from the opposite roof. I'm feeling awesome, so I call my grandma and cousin out, and continue cawing. Within 2 or 3 minutes, I kid you not, we had around 30-40 crows gathered in the area, all cawing. I just kept on going with it, and after about 5 minutes, there were roughly 50 crows on the ground and 20 on the opposite roof. To this day, my cousin still calls me the Crow Whisperer. You can summon a murder of crows. I hereby dub the murderer. I have the ability to sweat at basically every temperature. Worst superpower ever. I never forget a face, and can accurately recognize someone even when they've aged considerably. I've really only found this useful for recognizing obscure actors. I'm really bad at remembering names for some reason. I can eat food and accurately tell you if it grew on a birch tree. Some doctors call this an allergy, but they just don't understand. Not me, but my so. She has the ability to sleep perfectly comfortably in any moving vehicle within 3 minutes of sitting down until she gets to wherever she's going. No matter where she's a passenger, cars, buses, trains, planes, etc. She says it's like a crappy version of teleportation. She sits down, closes her eyes, then the next time she opens them she's where she wanted to be. We were on a plane to Istanbul last year and she was asleep before we left the terminal, and I didn't get to speak to her again until we touched down. I swear, it's like traveling on my own. In my fam we call this carcalepsy. I have migraine headaches. When I get one, I also get super hearing. I can hear the slightest sounds in other parts of the house. Of course, they cause me additional pain. But I guess there's always a trade-off when it comes to superpowers. With moderate power comes moderate responsibility. My body kills ticks somehow. Whenever I find a tick on me, it's already dead and hasn't even bit into me yet. I ought to donate myself to science sometime. Can you be my cat? I have almost no sense of smell, so I can survive in crappy smelling environments much longer than the average human being. Also, due to this issue, I have developed a keen sense of how things should smell even though I can't smell them, relying on average level of sweat, deodorant, clean dirty linens, duration of clothing wear, perfume, etc. to make sure my room, my clothes and my body don't smell bad. I can also move my shoulder blades outwards, and if need be, under my armpit. If someone has me in a chokehold from behind, I can poke them with the sharp ends of my shoulder blades. I've used this unexpected tactic to great effect while sparring, using quick sudden jabs to the chest with my bony shoulder blade tips. Dude, I have the exact same power with the smelling thing. My sister has an extraordinary sense of smell. Together, we hate each other. I can unclog a clogged toilet through a series of well-timed flushes. It's a gift. I can perfectly pinpoint almost anyone's nipples. Nipples are actually aligned with your earlobes. I am able to bend the odds, but only against my favor. I can lose coin flips like a motherfricker. Stay out of Gotham. I have never lost a stick of chapstick. Tremble before my might. It's gotten to the point where I might as well just throw the chapstick directly in my washing machine when I get home. I have the ability to fall asleep anywhere. Literally, one time I fell asleep, completely sober and coherent, on a New York City sidewalk next to a homeless man who said I could share his apple. I didn't share his apple, but I did share his sidewalk. You bastard. I can only sleep in my bed, and only sometimes. I'll even be up at all-nighters, when I'm smashed, knackered, and everyone's passed out. Drunkenly making sandwiches in someone else's kitchen can be so lonely. I can instantly crush, with a single thought, anything that might have even slightly boosted my self-esteem. I wake up about 30 seconds before the alarm clock goes off. I can't hit the snooze button repeatedly and sleep in 9-minute intervals through an entire morning. I have a nigh-on perfect internal clock. Without looking, I can tell the time at any moment to within a couple of minutes. I never use an alarm clock because I can tell myself at what time to wake up and do it. Even when my girlfriend sets an alarm for 7:30, I will wake up at 7:27 so I can disable it and wake her up more gently. I attract 1,000 mosquitoes every time I take a step outside. I can tell myself I've had enough Reddit for the night and go to sleep. No problem. You're lying, method trucker. I can detect areas of high stress before I even get close. It comes in handy a lot. As a currently pregnant lady, I have been blessed cursed with a super powerful sense of smell. I can tell when something is burning houses away, which I guess is cool, but my husband's feet smell terrible and I cannot escape. As a person who is already a super smeller and planning on becoming pregnant soon, this terrifies me as my husband's farts smell like something huge ate raw sewage and died while in the bog of eternal stench. I do not want any additional smelling powers. When people speak, I hear their punctuation. I can run pretty fast when I'm wearing my light up shoes. Light up shoes make everyone run 30% faster. It's science. I can melt ice with my bare hands. The ability to get the noisiest shopping cart in the entire collection, every goddamn time. Supplemented by the power of always picking the one with a wonky wheel. I want to say 50% of the time I drive under a street lamp, it goes out. For a while there, I thought that meant I was a wizard and I could be expecting my letter to Hogwarts any day now. It's never come. As far as I can tell so far, I am immortal. My superpowers are buying cars and finishing the last appetizer when the chips are down and one stuffed mushroom remains. As the conversation wanes and everyone is wondering if they should be the one to finish the plate. When the courage of men fails and things are at their most dire, you can count on one man to finish that appetizer. I really saved the day at the great all-you-can-eat sushi debacle of 2009. Some say it is a gift, and some say it is a burden. I can orgasm repeatedly without going flaccid. For the record, I'm a dude. Same, but opposite. My optometrist says that I have the ability to bend light with my eyes. My new nickname is the Light Bender. Trying to be positive knowing I have astigmatism. 99% of the time I can tell when someone lies to me. I used to be a chronic liar when I was young. You know what they say, it takes one to know one. I'm the same way. I used to tell kids in preschool that I had a pet albino boa constrictor and 9 Dobermans and that my older brother invented multiplication. I don't lie as much now but can spot a lie a mile away. When I close my eyes, I bring the darkness. You did make that sound rather cool. I can fix computers by just walking near them. It usually goes like this. My computer isn't working. Help. Okay, I'm here. What seems to be the problem? Well, it isn't doing it now, but I swear, it wasn't working. It must have a virus. Well, call me back when you see the problem again. Please try to take a picture of the screen with your iPhone. Okay, thanks for fixing it. 40 lines of Tetris in 37 seconds. No, I'm not Asian. I'm tall enough to not need a stepladder in most situations. Mine is that I forget the exact plot of movies even after seeing them multiple times. It means that I have the joy of watching great films for the first time every time. But sometimes I forget a movie is bad and watch it again. I am weird coincidence man. I feel like at least once a week some kind of weird coincidence happens in my life. I'll wake up with a song in my head and then the first song played on the radio in my morning commute will be that song. The other day I was listening to sports radio and they brought up Joe DiMaggio briefly. I get into work and the first piece of mail I open has a Joe DiMaggio stamp on it. I know exactly what you mean. When I am in the shower, I can make it look like water shoots from my fingers. When I am in the shower I have the ability to win any argument that has already happened. I know where to find things in a grocery store. Even in grocery stores I've never been in before. When I am looking for the next item on my list, I just stand still for a few seconds. Then I feel a little tickle in my brain that says it's that way. It works 9 times out of 10. I can keep perfect time. Some call me the human metronome. I can befriend wild animals. Not 100% of the time, but quite a bit more often than the average person. I've held birds in my hands, hand-fed raccoons, deer, and wild foxes, and stinging insects generally leave me alone. I once had a very close encounter with a bear in the Shenandoah Mountains that did not result in my injury or death, so it saved my butt at least one time. I also have the annoying problem of unintentionally stealing other people's dogs. Right now I am living with a dog that does not belong to me and he completely ignores his owner, absolutely will not leave my side, and cries when I leave the house. He is sitting at my feet as I type this. This is the 3rd time in my life this has happened. I'm like some kind of cross between Saint Francis of Assisi and a dog catcher. I apparently move quietly and end up scaring the crap out of people when they realize I've been in the same room general area as them for a good couple of minutes. Also, I don't seem to register most pain or discomfort until I see something that I know should be causing me pain or discomfort. If I heard anyone's footsteps, I will always be able to tell who it is just by hearing them walk down a hall or any place. When I clog a toilet, I can tell exactly how many flushes it will take for it to unclog on its own, and I know exactly when to stop flushing so it doesn't overflow. My friends call me the toilet whisperer. I can fly. It's getting dang expensive though. After eating any food, I can immediately tell if it has nuts in it. Then I vomit for hours. I have a friend who describes things as tasting like itchy. I have the ability to predict when my mobile phone is going to ring when I am near computer speakers. You've been visited by the Good Policy Grandpa. You will be blessed with good economics and healthcare, but only if you comment sleep well burner. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check out another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day you magnificent people.